Hello guys, it's Preston Keene here with another episode of College Basketball Live. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more. Brought to you by KFC. It's finger licking good. Okay, so in today's show you are going to get an inside look at the SEC, interviews from the head coaches of UConn and Kentucky, Freshman of the Year watch, and at the end we're going to talk about polls and our intro song, so make sure you stay tuned and watch all the video. I hope you enjoy. Okay, let's jump right in. First, we're going to be talking about 13-3 Kentucky. They are currently ranked number 5 and have defeated LSU and Alabama. They are probably the favorites in the SEC right now at 13-3, but Florida, the team we're going to be talking about next, is just behind them, as well as Texas A&M, Georgia, and Alabama. Next, we have number 9 Florida at 12-4. Coming off great wins in the past 2 weeks against Georgia and Texas A&M. Right now, they are playing at a level in which we have not seen Florida play in quite a few seasons, and if they keep up this momentum, they could easily dethrone Kentucky for that number 1 spot in the SEC tourney, and probably a top 3 ranking. I believe they could make the top 3 before the season's out, if they continue the momentum they're playing at now. Next up, we have the 10th ranked Texas A&M Aggies, who currently sit at an 11-5 record. I don't think anybody really saw them as a threat at the beginning of the season, but right now they are 11-5, and they are hot. I mean, they're playing good quality basketball, and if they can continue to play this quality basketball, they can maybe get a great place in the NCAA tourney. You know, I don't think anybody really saw them coming. They were sort of a dark horse, but they played well against Florida in their last game, but just couldn't hold out at the end, losing by 8 points. I mean, that's pretty good against the Gators. The Gators are good right now, and for Texas A&M to be able to play at that level, I think they could get a good seeding in the tourney if they can win these last couple games and finish out strong. Next up, we have the 11th ranked Bulldogs, the Georgia Bulldogs, that is, at 12-4. They've sort of had an off last couple games, losing to Florida and Alabama, and both heartbreaking losses at the end. But there's not really much to say about them. I mean, they're always a contender. They're always at a 12-win season around this time, so I think they're all right. They just have to make a comeback and win these next couple games against Texas A&M and Kentucky. I think they're good contenders in the SEC, and they deserve to be number 11, but maybe they'll finish out stronger. Next up, we have the 12-4, 13th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, they're coming off a great win against Georgia and a devastating loss against Kentucky in their last game. They lost by, I think, more than 10 points. I'm not for sure, I have to check that, but I'm pretty sure they lost by more than 10, which is devastating for an SEC school. But, I mean, it was against Kentucky, and Kentucky's pretty good right now. So I think they'll be a good threat in the SEC tournament and could probably win the thing if they tried and played hard enough. And last and least of all in the SEC, we have that weird kid that sits all the way across the lunchroom that nobody talks to, LSU at 1-16. They are no threat to any of these other schools and probably shouldn't even be in the SEC tournament, to be honest. I mean, they pretty much suck. Welcome back, guys. We will now move on to our interviews from Coach Miles from UConn and Coach Martinez Jr. from Kentucky. When Coach Miles of UConn was asked about the recent success of his team, he had this to say: "We had been slept on since being ranked as low as 19th last year at the beginning of the year in projections, and nobody was a senior. Even Michael Carter, the team leader, was snubbed of an All-American despite being up there with players such as the Murray State Stars. It's easy to win when teams come into games sleeping on you, and that's what everyone's done this year. None of our wins are upsets." When Coach Miles was asked about his biggest competition in the tourney, in his opinion, he responded with, "We lost at the buzzer to the hand of Hal Nelson and the Murray State Racers, and we've been preparing all year for a rematch. We're as confident as we've been right now." Very well said, Coach Miles. Last week at a Kentucky basketball practice, I approached head coach Martinez and asked him on the recent success of his team. He responded with, "We're playing as a team, and that's something we preach every day in practice. If you're not having your best day, then your job is to make sure the person next to you is. And if we continue to do that, we will be successful." He pointed at his bench full of players and replied, "They are the best of the best, and we will not lose. Thank you." Very well said, Coach Martinez. Now we move on to our Freshman of the Year rankings. Coming in at first, we have Xavier Black, and then as you can see, there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. But here at College Basketball Live, we all pretty much agree that Xavier Black has Freshman of the Year down. Cleveland Brown Jr. could take it from him, but I'm pretty sure at this point it's Xavier Black's award to lose. Okay, guys, thanks for watching this episode of College Basketball Live. And please leave me a like down below and subscribe for more episodes. There will be another one tomorrow, and hopefully the days after that. I'm going to keep doing these as long as I can, as long as you guys watch them. But if you guys aren't going to watch these videos, then I'm not going to do them because it takes a good while. It takes me about an hour to an hour and a half to make each video with all the edits I have to do and stuff. So please be sure to leave me feedback. Down in the link below after this episode, I'm putting 2 straw poll links in there. And you can just follow the links and it'll take you to a straw poll where you can answer some questions I've made on the show and if you like it or not and which intro song you want. Because I did one last week and I did a different one this episode. And I just wanted to see if you guys liked one or the other or maybe a different one. You can DM me. That concludes our show today, and thanks for watching.
In the ATL, that's my homeboy. Watch your back if you're gonna walk alone, boy. Cause everybody in the homeboys trying to get rich. You could get hit even if you know 'em, boy. We the kings of the South. Pies in the oven, grills in the mouths. Count stacks is a usual norm. College Park, Bank here, where the hustle was born. So peace up and A-Town down. 4-4 living with the 808 sound. Nightlife popping.